Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks for joining me today. It's lovely to spend some time with you. Today we're just going to create some nice simple little treat bags, and these are for me to give out to my grandchildren and some of the neighbours' children on at Halloween. Now, I hope you realise that at the end of the month, we've got our own Halloween extravaganza at Lavinia. So do have a look on the website for all the information. It's going to be 4 days full of videos, giveaways, tutorials. Honestly, it's going to be absolutely fabulous. And the open day at Lavinia. I can't speak, can I? At Lavinia HQ. It's not easy to say that. But yeah, so I hope you're going to join us with some of the events, if not all of them. So what I thought I'd do is start getting ready for Halloween, and I like to create these little goodie bags, and they're very simple and easy to do, but I just find them really good fun, and I decorate them front and back. And again, you can either put the same design on the back, you could put the same design on all the bags, or you could make a selection. I mean, we've got so many stamps that are fabulous for this time of year, so again, just pick and choose your stamps. Now, I must admit, I find the easiest way to do this, and I love doing these, not just at Halloween, but I make these sorts of things for little gifts all the time. And what I do is I just get some of the card presentation bags, you know, the ones that we pop our cards in when we've made them. And these are 7-inch square ones. And then I pop myself some of these Halloween treats in. Now, I have to say, these chocolates are very nice, and I did taste one just to check, health and safety for the children after all. So I did just check one of these, obviously for the purposes of checking that they were okay. And I have saved one of these because I think I need to check these as well, these chocolate lollies, just to check that they're okay for children. I think that's really good of me, don't you? Not because I enjoy chocolate, obviously, just because I think about what I'm giving out. Well, that's my excuse. So what to do is, once I've got the gifts, now again, if you wanted to buy little Halloween gifts as well, you could pop those in. Totally up to you what you put in your bag. You can also do this at Christmas. Obviously, just use different stamps. I just think it's a lovely idea if you wanted to do toiletries, pop toiletries in for a friend. There's lots of things you can do. Little teacher's gift. When we're often looking for things, you could pop some things in there and do the same sort of thing. Now, to make the heading, the topper, I've just got a piece of card which is 7 inches square, and that's obviously because the width, if you look, the width of my bag is 7 inches. So obviously I want this 7 inches, and all I've done is scored it down in the middle so that I can then, when it's decorated, fold it over. And like I say, for me, you can batch make these. And what we'll do is I'll just start with some stamping. And this is the fun bit. I never know what design I'm going to do. I just literally create how I feel at the time. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with our, let's have a look, who have I got on my block? Oh, Willow the Witch. She's one of my favourites. You've got to have a witch, haven't you? So we'll ink her up. Give her a good... And what I've done is I've literally just gone through all my stamps, and anything that sort of goes with the Halloween theme, I've just put in an A4 box and I've got it on my table. And then what I'm going to do is just look and decide as I'm going which stamps I fancy using. I haven't got a plan in mind. Now let's add her there. And again, as I say, you can put the same design front and back. I'll probably put a different design, just because I think it makes it more interesting. I do add the children's names as well before I give them to them, so it's more personal. But obviously I didn't want to add those before for obvious reasons, but I will add the children's names for them. So again, she's a silhouette, so we'll just give the ink time to soak in. I think I've got a bit of glitter on this stamp. I have actually. I think I need to give that a bit of a clean, but that's fine, don't worry. Again, we can get round that. What I do want is the cauldron that goes with this, and a stamping block Now, somebody magical. Oh, there we go. I thought they'd hidden my stamping block then. How many times does that happen? Are you like me? I put things down on my desk. I get it all ready before we start. And then things just move. I'm sure they hide them on purpose. So we'll pop the cauldron here. So she's doing a bit of magic. And then we need a spider's web, don't we? You've always got to have a spider's web. So this one's called fairy web. And we'll just add that on this side, I think. Maybe coming down there. The magical web. And then I'll just put one on the other side as well. And again, I'll see if I can get them to match up, but it's not the end of the world if they don't. It's just in my head I like a little bit of continuity. And then we do need spider, don't we? Let's have a look. We've got a lovely spider from, I think this is a Bugs set. I think it's called Bugs. Now, if you don't like spiders, you might just want to look away. But we need a spider, so he's going to be hanging down. And the same this side. And obviously I keep flipping it over because remember, it will bend that way. So you need to remember not to do this upside down. Right, so if I finish this side first, I need something over here, don't I? Now let me have a look. What have I got? I'm thinking a flying dragon. Which one should we have? Right, Mr. Dragon. And again, I don't want to overdo the scene, but I want to have enough interest. You know what it's like, you get the stamps out, and I'm one of these, I think, oh, I need to use that one, and I don't like them being left in the box when I've used all the others. I don't want to be that one stamp that's left and not used. So let's have this dragon here. And actually, we could put him on the other side as well. We could put them both on here, I'm thinking. Could have him flying down there. And then our other one. And these dragons are from the dragon set. And what's nice is the size. They're just perfect for this. Some of the stamps might be a bit large. And again, that's the beauty of Alvini's stamps. They're perfect for this size. So I'm thinking let's have... Right. Now let me think, what else? I do this, I have a look and I think, oh, what? I'm wondering about one of the crows here. I could have that one, couldn't I? I always think they're a bit menacing, aren't they, crows? There's definitely something menacing about them. I think, anyway. Right, mister, let's put you on there. Again, I've just... As I say, these are just such a lovely thing to create. hand. It's just that bit more personal, isn't it? And obviously it's up to you what you put in them. Like I say, I've done some with bath salts and things for teachers. Right, let's just, now I might just put my head, just put him at the bottom here. And then when we've done our stamping, we can then add some scenery. I just like to get my stamping done first. For me, yeah. He looks menacing there. He's definitely a menacing crow. So I'm thinking that's all my stamping done. Just having a little look, just checking there aren't any other. I know what I do want to just put a couple of, I do this, the small little tree hive. I just want to hang that. I think that would be lovely hanging. I do this though. I think I've finished and then I go, oh, I'll just add. And I just think that would look nice hanging down there. And I'm going to see if I can pop one the other side, because I do like that continuity, just the odd little bit. See if I can get it there. Yes. Isn't it funny, the little things that make you happy? Right, so I'm going to move those, and I'm just going to give that a bit of a blot. Just because, as I say, I always keep saying this, but your VersaFine Clay is a permanent ink and it will just take a while to dry. And what we'll do now is we're going to add some of our scenery. And I'm going to come in with the Elements ink pad and the graphite. And I've got my landscape masks. And I'm thinking, let's just have the flat one to start off with here. And let's just have some fun building this scenery up. And I've just got a blender. Now again, you can use your brushes. Just happens, to be honest, I haven't got a brush with grey on, so I'm going for a blender. But it doesn't make any difference. And again, I'm just coming under my witch, just grounding her. And again, I'm starting on the mask and just dragging the ink and then just blending it, and under the cauldron. I'm going to turn it round, and I'm basically going to almost whatever technique I do on one side, and that's just because A, I want to do this because it will ground my design, but B, I might as well use the same mask on both and then move on. But it's up to you. Some people, I mean, it might be you like to actually finish one side and then turn round and do the other. Again, it's however you feel is best. Now, I'm thinking, sorry, excuse me, let's come in with some hills first. So the next one, I want some gentle hills just under the dragon there. Now, when you're doing this, just be mindful here. I don't want to put that through his eye. So I'm thinking, follow, oh, that looks nice. It follows the shape of his tail there. So I'm just going to add, just want some darker at the sides. So I'm coming in with the ink at the sides, and then just blend some off the stencil, off the mask. And again, just leaving a little bit of white. I just find it looks a bit better if I do that. And if I turn that way, it does look nice, that, doesn't it? Just following that shape there. So how are we doing here? Let's have a look. Oh, that would look nice over the cauldron. Yes, we'll go for that. So again, I'm going to ink up and just come in at the sides, just because I want those a little bit deeper. And really, you're just doing all your techniques as if you were creating a card design. And it's all the things that we do on our card design. Remember, if you want to have a look, just lift up. And yes, we're happy with that. So let's go a bit more mountainous. And this one, I want it even lighter. Again, to help with that perspective, I'm adding a little bit more ink at the edges, but when it comes into the middle, nice and light. Then I'm going to turn it round, and again I just want one bit of a hill. Now I'm just going to wipe this because I actually want it this way. Yeah. And again, nice and light, because these are in the distance. Now I don't think I've got any there. Oh, I have, look. I didn't think I'd got enough, but I have. I like the way that's building up. So what we do want is our acetate circle masks now. Now, what I want to do is put it so that it's actually in both. I think that would look nice. And actually, if I look, I think there is where I'm going to go for. Now, obviously, if you wanted, you could have the moon here and the moon there. But for continuity, I just think it would look nice if I put it on both. So a bit of ink, but some off on there. And again, always start on the mask. And let's just flick the ink round. Just going to have to move my thumb as I gently go round. Maybe just pick up a tiny bit more ink. There we go, and that's perfect. So if I just move the masks out of the way. Pop the lid on so you can see we've got our two designs. So I'm just going to wipe up that grey ink, just because you know what I'm like. I just try and keep it nice and clean as we're going. Get Mr. Inky Binky on it. And we're just going to add some little details now. And what I'm going to do, just with my fine liner pen, I'm just going to join up these spider's webs. Now, the children might not notice, but I would. So I just want to join it up a little and make it look, there we go. I feel better about that. And then our spider needs to dangle, doesn't he? And the same with this one. So add a bit of pen to make him dangle. And now we're just going to start adding, and I've got a gold pen here. So that's on my little, wherever you want your gold highlights. So we'll just add, we want some gold on here, on our witch, don't we? Just want some in her hair. And then on here. Now for the spider, we're going to use our silver Signo. And again, for this spider's web look, we can add that sparkle, you know, that sheen that spiders' webs have, especially if they've got the morning dew on them and they glisten. So we'll turn this one round and we'll do the same. Now again, you will take your time. But the silver, really, I do love the silver. Now I'm just going to come in with my chalk pastel pencil, and I'm just going to add some orbs around the witch and some floaty bits in her skirt, and almost like a little bit of mist around her. And we'll just add a little bit of detail on our dragons there. They look so much better. So I'm just adding a little bit where you can see almost like under the wing there. Just give our crow his beak, and he's got a bit of highlight on his wing. And again, we'll just give the flying so fast, look. The tails are just whipping round as they're flying. Now, I know you're saying to me, would the children notice this? But do you know what? If they don't, I would notice it. and I just love creating these little stories almost. And what I'm going to do now is just look, I've got, which I carefully put to one side, which I've just now moved. I've got a little star stamp. So bear with me while I have a quick, you might just have to talk amongst yourselves. I'm sure the fairies have been here today, you know. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Found it. And I think this is Stars 2 miniature. And I'm just going to add with, and this is the elements, this is the Sundance. And I'm just going to add some nice stars coming out. Now again, remember to turn the stamp so it doesn't look the same. We'll put one over there so it's coming out of the cauldron look. And what we can do is we can follow that on this side and just add some around our lovely, and I've got a little black mark there so we can just add, and then nobody will know that that black mark existed. Put one there over the page, just one more there. And then to finish off, what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of my yellow onto my mat. Just get my fan brush, and I just want to add some little yellow specks just to add to the whole design. And then when they dry, now at home I would let them dry naturally, but obviously here we want to just, so I'm just going to use my heat tool just to dry this a little. I'm hoping you have a go at this. As I say, they're so lovely to make, and I'm definitely going to make some Christmas ones. And you know, it's a really nice gift just to leave on your neighbour. Just maybe put some chocolates in and leave it on your neighbour's doorstep at Christmas, or maybe somebody you know that you say hello to. We have quite a few friends that we see that when we're walking Eric, and I always think it's nice at Christmas just to do something like that. Right, there we go. So if it's not quite dry, just bear with me. Now if we bring our chocolates back in, and what I'm going to do is just staple. So now I can't decide which should I have as the front. Oh, I don't know, this one I think. And what I'm going to do is, on this side, look, I'm going to put my staple on the spider's web, so hopefully you don't see it. And then on this side, I'm going to pop my staple there. But what I have got is some little pumpkins, look. And what I've done is the small urchin stamp. I've stamped that out numerous times and just painted it orange and cut them out. So that then what I can do is just add, and these are nice and bright, and I'm just using my glue gel, and I'm just going to put these over. Just going to put 3 on this one over that staple so that you won't actually see where the staple is. And this one I've put a little face on just because I could. There we go. Gosh, you just want that attention to detail, don't you? And then finally, we'll just have some nice smoke coming out of here with our chalk pastel pencil, and then add some of our silver And just a touch of our gold. And there we go. That's our little treat bag finished. And if I bring the other two in, so as I say, lots and lots of ideas, lots of different things, lots of different stamps you can use. So here we've got Mooch. Again, we've got the lovely landscape. This one, we've got our castle, dragon. We've also got bats. I must admit I haven't done one with the bats. I need to include the bats. I've got other dragons. Just so many things. I think I could create probably half a dozen of these and no two would be the same. So I hope that gave you a little bit of inspiration. I must admit, I think eating a chocolate before you start helps. Or maybe that was just me. I just think it's nice to have something a bit fun, a change from cards. Don't get me wrong, I love making my cards, but sometimes it's nice to just actually make something that's almost usable and that I'm going to have great fun. I get so much pleasure out of giving things like this. I hope you do too. You take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Much love and hugs. Bye for now.